Oh, the minister is such a downer. Oh, he really is. Truly. All right, well, I was seeing a Calvin and a Hobbes cartoon, and Calvin, the 6-year-old, asks, do you think babies are born sinful? That they come into the world as sinners? And the reply from Hobbes the tiger is, no, I think they're just quick studies. And somehow, Calvin and Hobbes have gotten hold of one corner of the Christian understanding of what it means to be sinful and unclean. Now, Reinhold Niebuhr, on the other hand, quite a scholar and a professor at Union Theological Seminary for many years, both pre- and post-World War II, writes this, that the only empirically verifiable doctrine of the Christian faith is sin. The evidence of ingrained sinfulness, he thought, is apparent everywhere in acts of violence, in mistreatment of the vulnerable, and in the greed built into our economic systems. Even human beings' greatest accomplishments are inevitably tainted by sins of pride and self-interest. The problem is not just humans commit sinful acts, but that they are by nature sinful and unclean. So there you have a more academic and confessional understanding of sin. Calvin and Hobbes have a piece, and Reinhold Niebuhr does too. I was talking to a priest friend of mine in Allentown a couple weeks ago, and he had the oddest thing in his confessional booth. A person walks into his confessional booth and says, I did an original sin. I poked a badger with a spoon. I poked a badger with a spoon. I was eating ice cream at the zoo, and the badger came up close to the fence, and I poked the badger with the spoon. Well, you're reacting just like my priest friend did. He had no clue what to think or to say, except, I never heard that one before. And so he said, what I want you to do is to either go online or to a library, look up badgers, and learn about them, and then say the Lord's Prayer as your penance 3 times. I'm not sure exactly how sin occurs, but that seems like one, doesn't it? You know? I was reading an article, a journal, by a man who had been talking about how one of his days had gone. And it was in a church setting, and where they also have some nonprofit groups renting space. And he said, you know, my day was really full of frustration, both personally and professionally. It started around 2 o'clock, and I headed over to the hall to turn on the video presentation for our Lenten program, The Gospel According to Buzz Lightyear. Not something I would do, but hey, you know, it works. I turned the projector on, the light flashed as usual, and then it shut down. I tried it again, it shut down again. Not good. So I decided to give a break and went to work on the slideshow itself when a parishioner came in through the door and said, I'm about to ruin your afternoon. Seems the group of spring break teenagers that had come to stay overnight at the church